In this video, you're going to see what kitchen cabinets look like starting at $10,000, then moving up to $30,000, and finally reaching that $100,000 build. All three can be beautiful, but once you see the difference in material, functionality, and finish quality, you'll understand what truly sets them apart. All right, so let's start off with what a $10,000 worth kitchen, what it looks like. As you can see right behind me, a $10,000 kitchen is gonna be a basic color. Something white, shaker style, that's gonna get you there in that price range. You're not gonna have that many accessories to play with, but you will have some accessories. You get a lot of doors on the bottom, so something like this where you have to constantly open your door. You get nice molding up on the top. But in a $10,000 kitchen, you start just sticking to basic colors. You go with kind of semi-custom cabinets. Not a bad way to go. Still looks very nice. Still makes your kitchen look a little high-end. You get the more brushed kind of stainless steel looking handles. You get the basic shaker style cabinets. You get very plain, not a lot of drawers as you can see at the bottom, but you do get a couple of good accessories. You could get your dovetail drawer boxes. You could get your trash rollouts. So that budget does kind of get you there. You kind of stay basic on your countertops. You kind of go with something not so crazy, not a lot of movement, basically like a solid same color kind of thing. So this is a good representation here of what a $10,000 kitchen looks like. Let's go into a $30,000 kitchen. What does a $30,000 kitchen get you? So a $30,000 kitchen, now we're getting into more of a solid wood. So what we have behind me is a maple with a stain. So a $30,000 kitchen will start getting you that kind of wood grain. You start going into a little bit more of a little exotic wood. You do get a stain, but here's the cool part about once you start jumping into the $30,000 kitchen. You start getting nice cool things like these metal glass doors that kind of open up on the top. You get little cool features where you could just store stuff like that. In this budget, you start getting a lot more nice different things. Here's another one that everybody seems to like when you start going into this. You start getting little gadgets on the inside that kind of help you out with different things. So if you basically have a hard time getting stuff from the top, this is a cool feature that you get in there. So you start adding more features in that budget. You start getting a little more nicer things on the inside. You start getting basically different types of rollouts, something that like this that comes out. So you start getting really cool things. Another thing that you start getting on that budget is this countertop. Take a look at this countertop. A lot of movement, a lot of nice looking things that going on. You do have the glass backsplash in the back, and the countertop here is by Cambria. Cambria does give us nice stone, a lot of movement in their countertops. So when you start getting to that $30,000 budget, make sure you start getting those extra features. Most people choose their kitchen cabinets based on appearance alone, and that's one of the biggest mistakes you can make. We created a free guide that breaks down how different cabinet styles affect function, resale value, and cost. Some of the insights might actually surprise you. You can download it here by clicking on the link below. All right, so now let's get into the $100,000 kitchen. Once you start getting into this budget, you start getting nicer things, different things. This is a basic wood stained cabinet, but if you start noticing on the doors, we have a lot of detail that we basically get on the doors. That ceiling molding has a lot of detail on it, and you start getting nice cool features. As you can see around the sink, you start going more decorative stuff, more ornate stuff that just kind of makes your whole kitchen set look a little different. If you notice here, the sink is basically sticking out. You look at this countertop. Now this countertop looks extremely nice. The edge detail on this, you're going to that next level. So that's why you're getting into that $100,000 budget. This detail is just extreme. It looks amazing. It's just completely different than what you see out there in any style kitchen. Another thing that keeps jumping out is basically the glass that we have in the back behind us. It's an etched glass with a lot of design. That jumps up on that budget. That's where you start seeing the biggest difference. Another thing that increases your budget is take a look at this backsplash. Now we have a herringbone style here with the same stone wrapped around another molding, kind of giving us a picture frame. And then we have the full backsplash going all the way up. So that is a big thing that basically jumps up your budget. You start getting nicer things. You add full backsplash of the same countertop. You add special tile. You add special molding. So it starts going up there. Another thing is take a look at this faucet. Kind of old school style looking faucet. You got a nice under counter sink, basically stainless steel that we have on the inside, one bowl sink. You start getting different things like if you have a mixer, you're a baker and you want to start putting stuff in there. This is a cool thing that you start getting in there. Cool little features like this where you have a mixer, you bake a lot, you put it on there, it's its own section, and basically kind of hide it, put it away. You don't have to worry about it, not in your countertop. Another thing that you start getting in your $100,000 kitchens, now we're talking islands. You start going big islands, you could even get double islands. You start talking waterfalls. Beautiful waterfalls on the side where your stone just drips down on the side. You start getting appliances that basically are pushed to open, that open up by themselves. You start putting panels on those appliances. Another cool thing that basically you could start adding on your kitchen is more like that servo drive, where you basically touch on the door, it opens up itself. You touch on your trash can, automatically rolls out. So that's a lot of the key features, the big things that just start raising up that cost on your kitchen. If this video helped you understand the real difference between budget, mid-range, and luxury kitchen cabinets, just wait until you see what happens when you start making design decisions. And if you want more helpful videos like this, make sure to subscribe. We have more content coming soon.